A-levels are hard. You're probably going to want to kill yourself, but it's okay because everyone does. Hi, it is Wednesday, the day before results day. Today I am going to be summarising my sixth form journey whilst doing my makeup because I look like hell. I went out last night. Here's some footage just because I actually had a really good night.
Hi YouTube, there's this bar guy that I love in my local Wetherspoons. I just gave him my number on a straw wrapper. I didn't say anything to him, I literally jumped up and gave him my number and literally ran back to the booth that I'm sitting in.
We start with GCSEs. I had a shit time during GCSEs. I was mentally ill, wasn't diagnosed, didn't really know what was going on, everyone hated me. As a summary, GCSEs weren't a fun time for me, and I think because of everything that was going on, I found it hard to revise and so developed quite bad exam anxiety. But I didn't know that at the time. Sixth form comes along, I pick maths, further maths, media and physics. I dropped physics really quickly. There were mocks, I had a meltdown, my mental health was getting really bad in combination with sixth form, so I ended up in A&E in crisis. I had a crisis nurse, a counsellor, a school counsellor, a CAMS, so they gave me like loads of support, which was wonderful. My form tutor was also my maths teacher, so she helped me as well. She gave me different options. She could talk to my teachers, have some of the pressure kind of laid off me, so deadlines not being so strict and stuff like that. She gave me the option to resit a year, but the media course I was doing was on its last year and I'd have to change to film studies next year, and I was already involved in the coursework and I was enjoying it, and I didn't want to let down my friends who were in my group for the coursework. So I just felt like I couldn't resit the year because I'd be sitting in a kind of rut. All my friends would be moving forward, progressing, and I would be watching that and just not really doing anything, just sitting with my mental health and it not necessarily improving. So I did the year. I had 7 exams, all of my subjects had exams at AS. I had an absolute meltdown before my media exam. The night before I lost like half of my revision, and the morning of I woke up late and I started crying. I missed the bus, my dad had to take me in. He was not happy, he is not a morning person. But I got 100% on that exam. Something that I like to point out like all the time. Maths, so C1, C2 and S1. I got an A in C1, a B in C2 and an A in S1. In further maths I got, we did FP1, D1, D2. I got a D in FP1, a D in D1, which I don't understand because I found the module easy. I didn't think the exam went that badly, and D2, which I got a B in. They switched the modules around so that I got A, B, D in maths and further maths. So in the end I ended up with A, B, B overall last year. A for media, B for maths and B for further maths. During the summer things didn't get better. My exam anxiety, or my anxiety, was still really bad, so we went to the doctor. Mum had been trying to convince me to get some help because I'd stopped all the counselling. My crisis nurse left, she was the only one I liked talking to, because after that it just felt like I was repeating myself. So I'd stopped counselling, I'd just stopped doing anything really for my mental health. I was still struggling during the summer, so my mum convinced me to go to the doctor and start on some meds, and I'm so glad I went because without it I really don't think I'd have been able to bear this year. Also in summer I went to summer school, met some wonderful people. Matt, I love you. Matt and I are soulmates, and that's the tea. Year 2 started, and initially I was like, wow, I can actually breathe at school, like these meds are amazing. I'm on citalopram, I don't know if I said that already, but obviously I did start to struggle again. We had some more mocks and bane of my existence. So I was still struggling, but it was just so much more bearable than last year. I can barely remember this year, it went by so fast. I've had to keep my exam days up during the summer, which was a bit of a surprise. I don't know whether it's like the lack of structure or something, but I was not coping when I was reducing my meds. So I asked my followers on Instagram if they had any questions about school that they wanted me to answer, how to deal with stress and the best way to revise. For me, I am definitely not the best at revision, but I would say past questions are the way to go for most subjects. Familiarise yourself with the exam. Work in like small amounts rather than large amounts, with small frequent breaks. So like 40 minutes work, 10-minute break, 40 minutes work, 10-minute break, and then rather than 2 hours work and 2 hours break. In relation to that question, so how to deal with stress, and the next question, how to manage your mental health in school, I think it's really important to communicate how you're feeling to teachers, parents, friends. My mental health left me like quite rude most times, so I was really unsocial and just blunt like most of the time, or like if you tried to message me I'll just ignore you. And if I was getting stressed out I would be less productive, so I'd have to tell my teachers what was going on. If you communicate, then they can understand why you're doing something, and it just helps them kind of empathise with you, so that you don't feel like you have to be yourself. You don't need to be happy all the time, and you don't need to fit society's standard of, you know, normal, happy, moody, whatever, teenager. But yeah, communication definitely saved me during sixth form. If you could go back and change anything about school, what would you change? I would communicate my feelings earlier. I would want to be diagnosed earlier. Jesus Christ. I just feel like GCSEs could have been so much more bearable for me if I'd spoken to someone, if I'd gone to a doctor, because they were definitely by far the worst time in my life. And don't get me wrong, A-levels are hard.
When you've got like 12 subjects telling you need to get A's in them, and you're trying to stretch your revision out, and you've got like exams every fucking day, it's hard.
That's the only thing I would change. I love my friends. I love the sixth form that I go to, even though it's a bit controversial sometimes. Do you wish you could go back and do a BTEC instead?
No.
There are definitely other routes that I'd have liked to explore, but I really dislike coursework subjects. I feel like they're never done. Like, you could spend your entire life doing coursework and it could still have more work to do. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna vlog like the rest of my pre-results day thing, if anything exciting happens anyway. I feel a bit dodgy like taking my camera out, so it might be low quality like on my phone and stuff, but yeah. A-levels are hard. You're probably going to want to kill yourself, but it's okay because everyone does. Just don't follow through with it, because once it's done the rest of your life begins, and even if you don't know what the fuck you're doing with the rest of your life, it's okay, because you can do whatever the fuck you want. School can suck a dick. My favourite McDonald's toy era was fucking Hotel for Dogs, and the box turned into a hotel for dogs, and you got a little toy? You got a little dog toy. I still have some, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I sit with my cuddly toys on my beanbag behind my sofa. If you wanted to know. I'm going out tonight. Gotta live for the sesh.
I was like, Anna, I'm having a heart attack. And she was like, maybe you're not having a heart attack. And I was like, maybe, but I could be.
I woke up at like 7:20 and woke up to an email from my firm saying, we have assessed your results and unfortunately can confirm you have not met the conditions of your offer. It didn't explicitly say I can't go there, but I doubt that. So I'm going to check track later on. I'm going to head to school very soon. I'm with Yoli, and I low-key want to die. Not because I'm with Yoli, but because it's results day. I screwed up on a couple of modules, so M1, that exam did not go well for me. And then C4 was leaked, and I didn't think it went well anyway, so if the grade boundaries were higher, I've screwed that up. Okay, so to get into my firm was ABB, and to get into my insurance was ABC. Didn't get into my firm choice, got into my insurance. I didn't get the grades I wanted, so personally I wanted around AAC. I got ABD. When I saw the modules split up, there were definitely some that I looked at and I was like, I could have done better. FP2 I thought went okay, and I got a U in it. M1 I thought went awfully, I got an E in it, but I thought that exam was horrible, so I was intending to resit it. And then C4 did go badly, and obviously it was leaked the night before, so I wasn't sure what was going on with the grade boundaries, and I got a D in that, and it's a core, so it should have definitely been up there. S3 I enjoyed and I got a D. S2 I also enjoyed and I got a C. I got a B in C3, an A in C2, which was a resit. So basically I definitely didn't do as well this year as I did last year. Kind of struggled. I think I needed more time to practice, and I got an A in my media coursework and a B in my exam, so that was an A overall, because I got A in the exam and coursework last year. So I resulted with ABD, which also equates to bad, and DAB. And I'm disappointed with that. Obviously success is relative. I'm disappointed, but at the same time it could have been better, could have been worse, so I'm kind of happy, a little bit frustrated. At the moment what I'm doing is I'm going to contact my firm choice. I'm going to tell them what I got. I'm going to see if I wanted to see. The thing is, I wanted to defer a year, and I wanted to go to my firm choice, obviously, but they haven't offered me a place, so I'm going to ring them. I'm going to tell them what I got. I'm going to tell them that my plan is to defer, but also resit some modules, see if I can have the offer that they initially gave me kind of like on hold, because I did loads for it. I applied for a scholarship scheme, like it wasn't just the UCAS application, that was everything else that I did for it. Worst case scenario, I accept my insurance. Like, there are people in worse situations than me. I didn't want to go through clearing today, because that's it, I want to defer, so I didn't know whether I just had to go through the UCAS process again. I'm tired, I want a nap. I'm going to nap as soon as I've just organised myself. I'm going to edit this as well, and hopefully it'll be up by the end of today, early tomorrow. Just a side note, if you're getting results anytime soon, or results in the future, or results yesterday, today, whatever, good luck. You should be proud of yourself. Exams aren't easy, education isn't easy, but as long as you've worked hard, you should be proud. I decided I'm going to do a mini conclusion. Sorry if this is really shaky, I'm holding it, I couldn't be bothered anymore. I'm going to defer. I'm going to go to my insurance, I think, because I don't think I can defer and then not go. So I think I'm going to defer, go to my insurance. Disappointed, but also not surprised. But at the same time, it's going to be okay. Oh my god, I had a nap, if you can't tell. I've just woken up. Rather than deal with results day, I have slept. So, that's it. Sorry if this video is really long. Peace.